So you don't see a point of learning another language. Here are 5 reasons why I think you should learn another language. I know it sounds daunting to learn a whole new language, but trust me, it's worth it. Number 1, travel. For English speakers, normally they would say, I speak English, I can get by. I can go anywhere and it wouldn't be a problem because pretty much everyone speaks English. That's not really the case. I kind of disagree with that. You can kind of get by not anywhere, but a lot of places with just English. But the experience you will have, it will be very different. When you're traveling, say for example, you go to South America, go to the beach now, you want to buy yourself a nice drink, but you only speak English. You don't even know any phrases in, let's say in Brazil. So you don't know any phrases in Portuguese. Not one. You go there now, ask for a drink. Excuse me, can I get a drink? What drink? A caipirinha. You are going to get charged. They call it gringo prices. That's just one little thing. You will get charged a bit more just because you're not from there. And a lot of the times, if you do speak a bit of, let's say in this case, a bit of Portuguese, or they see that you're trying, this isn't always the case, but sometimes they'll give you a local price. So you can end up saving some money. You'll also be able to integrate with the people there. You'll be able to integrate with the people and the culture, which is, I feel like is very important while traveling. Instead of feeling just like a tourist, you can feel like a local with a couple of phrases. It's just, I'm not saying that you need to learn the whole language, but if you know a couple of phrases and you can have basic conversations, I think that will definitely change your experience. For example, last year when I went to Colombia, because I speak a bit of Spanish, I was able to integrate with the people there. We walked around, me and my friend, we walked around the city center, Medellin. I think we were looking for cooking oil. So we were looking for cooking oil, but it was so weird. There was no supermarkets around that area. So we went to an electronic shop because my friend needed to get a charger anyway, or a socket, something like that. Anyway, we went there now. Obviously, we said, we're not from here. Do you know where we could get some cooking oil from? I think it was cooking oil. There's a guy there. He told us, he directed us to the place where we can buy oil. He then took our contact details down. We met him later on that very evening. And we went to something called a mirador, where you have, mirador is basically a view. You have like a nice viewpoint where you can get some drinks in the stores, because there's stores there, there's loud music. We would have never ever experienced that, or there at least, if it wasn't for our level in Spanish at the time. When I think about Colombia, I think about that experience, because that was a big thing for me. That's something that I've never experienced before. I remember seeing because there's a big thing over there where they have like a little bike show, loads of motorbikes just going up and down the motorway. And just from that, like, I'm telling you this, I'm able to tell you this because of languages. That's how powerful it is. Just because I was able to speak a bit of Spanish, we were able to connect. Number 2, jobs. It is a huge advantage if you're able to speak another language. A massive advantage. Say for example, you've got 2 people. One person can speak another language. The other person has the same qualifications as person 1, but cannot speak another language. Who do you think they would choose? My money is on person 1. And it's crazy because it's not always about the language itself. It's the fact that you know another language. It tells you a bit about that person. This person knows another language. He's got some, or she has got some initiative. People that know another language are seen as intelligent, adaptable as well. And the obvious one, it can open doors to international opportunities. Number 3, I did touch on this before, but friends. You can meet friends when you're abroad. Like, for example, that person that I told you about, I'm still in contact with him, and we speak to each other every now and again. We ask about how our families are doing and how things are going. And one day I would like to meet him again. I feel like having friends when you're abroad, it changes your whole experience. I would say you're also able to do things that you probably wouldn't have done if you didn't speak the native language of whatever country you're visiting. Say, for example, you meet someone there, becomes your friend, and then that person, because that's where they're from, they would want to introduce you to their country and show you new things. Your experience changes drastically because you're doing things that you wouldn't have ever done. You're going to places that you would have never gone to. Number 4, this one is one that I didn't know about before learning languages. You speak better in your own language. It's so weird. I was born and raised in England. I feel like I speak better English now that I've learned another language. This is a weird one because in some cases, your native language could worsen. I feel like it just depends on how you go about it. So for example, I live in England. I'm always speaking English, obviously. But I feel like now, the way I speak is a little different because I'm currently learning French. I'm learning French from scratch and I'm learning the rules of the language. And sometimes I can relate it to English. I feel like, for example, if I was living in France and not using my English, this wouldn't be the case. So I think in that case, my English would be worse. I feel like it's something you have to experience. You have to go through to really understand what I mean by that. I think overall it makes you a better thinker, a better communicator, and you don't really rush your words as much. That's what I'm noticing, at least. Number 5. Now this one caught me by surprise. It can help with dementia. Now that's one of the illnesses I am super scared of in both ways. In someone having dementia and forgetting who I am, and vice versa. That is like one of my biggest fears. And this isn't why I learned a language. I'm not gonna lie. This is not why I started learning languages. Because it's like going to the gym, but from your mind. You're constantly working out your brain. Constantly, when you're switching from one language to another, you're doing a workout. And it keeps your brain sharp. It keeps your memory sharp. And that's one thing, because that's another thing. I was known, like a lot of people would say, yeah, your memory isn't great. I hated that. I find that from learning French, I'm not saying it has to be French, any language, but in my case, from learning French, my memory, I noticed that it's 10 times better than before, 100%. It's especially going through these flashcards that I do every day. My memory is sharp. So yeah, they are my 5 reasons why I think you should learn a new language. Tell me if you've got any other reasons in the comment section below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment. That helps me a lot. And make sure you tune in next week, every Sunday at 12 p.m. Tune in.